Am I live?
You are live.
How do you know?
Because I'm watching you right here. There you go.
All right, should we try this again? Y'all, give me a nod in the chat if you can hear me and see me.
They can see you.
There you are. All right, y'all, let's try this again.
You know, there was just a glitch. I had to do a manual start.
Weird.
Yeah. Obius failed me. Son of a bitch.
Well, y'all, let's try this again. I am Juliette Miranda. This is Bourbon Soak Live, the only place you want to be on Monday night. And behind the scenes is poor, belabored David, the producer.
How come I have to work for my money so hard for this thing?
I know. All I have to do is sit here and drink bourbon and look pretty.
This is like unbelievable, the amount of work. It's like NASA back here.
I know, it really is. You've got a whole cockpit going on. It's
well, at
intense.
least half that.
Yes, so let me say hello to everybody in the chat once again and tell you how much I appreciate you sticking around through our ridiculous issues getting started today. Ginger and Will, y'all are my favorite. Thank you for being here. Container Man was here earlier. I don't know if he was able to stick around. I saw Wendell Live is here. We have Gemma here. Lovely to see you tonight, miss. Brandon Elliott is here, the Drone Kings of Darwin. Sister Donna is here. And of course, there is Jerry. Lovely Paper Straw Jerry.
Paper Straw Jerry.
It looks as though it was bitching about something.
Already?
Are you whining about Russell's Reserve, Jerry? Is that what I'm supposed to see here in the chat? You can't just say something sucks. You got to give me a reason. Why didn't you like it? If you tell me why you don't like something, I can find you something you'll like better. You whiny dick.
But we love Jerry the whiny dick.
I love Jerry, so there's that. I see Mash and Drum has just joined us as well. So cheers, y'all.
And you see Mark just joined us too?
Yes, Mark Sherrick is here. Woohoo! We are rolling, finally. Okay. Let's talk about bourbon for a couple minutes here. Let me tell you about what I'm drinking. This is Rabbit Hole Cave Hill. And as evidenced by the very nearly empty bottle next to me, I'm kind of digging this stuff. And I'm going to have a little bit here. Hang on, y'all.
Yeah, we plowed through that pretty quickly. I was shocked.
Man, that's good.
I was shocked on how fast we went through there.
So this is a little bit different than what I've been drinking lately. For the past couple of months, it being autumn, I've been drinking these hardcore spicy bombs of whiskey and bourbon because I feel like, it kind of goes with the season, but this is really smooth and mellow. It's a 4-grain mash, so the main grain is corn. It's about 70% corn. Then it is malted wheat, malted barley, and honey malted barley. And this wonderful collection of grains gives this very wonderfully sweet, kind of orange sort of flavor. And I was telling David earlier, he was calling me a snob. I said that it tastes a little bit like a creme brulee.
I just think you need to be wearing a tiara if you say something's, tastes like creme brulee.
I'm just telling you, it reminds me a little bit of creme brulee or maybe a little bit of flan. It just has that sort of custard
You think flan
flavor.
is better?
No, it's custard. It just has a custard-like flavor. You can simmer down back there now.
You could just say custard.
No, because creme brulee has a crunch to it.
That is true. Okay,
Burny,
I stand corrected. Stand corrected.
So I'm just saying, that's what I'm drinking, and that's what I'm really liking. And we're a little punch drunk right now. Mark Sherrick usually works Monday nights, so I am glad that you were able to join us tonight. The gang is all here. I see Anthony Redneck Way of Life has just joined us. So did Jerry ever get back to us about what he doesn't like?
No, didn't see it. Nope.
No, that's just Jerry for you.
Mark did say, though, the AKA Rex Gun.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but it's an AKA. So, otherwise known as.
Huh. Well, all right then. So, Ginger, how are you feeling? I know you were kind of down and out last week. I hope you're feeling better tonight. I know I'm ready to rock because tonight we're going to be talking about pet peeves. But before we get to that, I want to make mention of something that we did this weekend. My guy and I went downtown. And we visited Untitled, which is a supper club and a speakeasy in downtown Chicago. And here's why I love it, y'all. It is the biggest whiskey menu in all of the state and quite possibly all of the world.
They state the world.
What you see there is just one of their walls of whiskey. They call it their whiskey library. They have 4 of these walls. It's just floor to ceiling whiskey bottles, and the menu is like a book. I mean, single space, just, lines and lines and lines of every single whiskey and bourbon and scotch that you could possibly want.
It is our heaven.
Whew, it is delightful. And we were drinking some good stuff this weekend.
Really good stuff.
Yeah,
this
they have
weekend.
some kind of curious releases that you don't normally see.
Oh, like anywhere.
Yeah, I had a deep dive, one of the deep dive Woodford Special Master Distillers releases. What else did I have?
You had
I had Kentucky Owl,
Kentucky
which I
Owl
was
that
not
you weren't digging too
thrilled
much.
with. I wasn't thrilled with the Kentucky Owl.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just we had a bartender who was really nice and was kind of just pouring us stuff like, hey guys, try this, try a sip of this. It was a good time.
Yeah. Drone Kings asked, whiskey library, anyone get to D? No, we didn't do it alphabetically, thankfully, or else it would have been a really long night.
Yeah, that's slightly terrifying, just going A to Z. Oof. Plus, we're going to hit a bunch of duds in there, too,
Well, and, truth be told, while they have an amazing selection, that some of them were really, really like crazy outpriced. And we thought,
Yes. Yeah, the harder to find stuff, they could charge up to like $50 a pour, which is absurd to me. I mean, the bottle itself on the market probably isn't going to cost you more than $200 or $300, but it's a great way to try stuff that you might not necessarily get a chance to try. So that's why I always advocate for these whiskey bars, even if they are a little overpriced. It's always going to be a cool experience.
And just to check it out before you make the big investment of a very expensive bottle,
Exactly.
you get a chance to just, have a little bit, a couple of ounces and enjoy yourself.
And you know what I got to do? I got to revisit one of my favorite barrel bourbon releases, which was Batch 11.
That's right.
Oh, it's awesome. And it's nowhere to be found. So they are lucky I didn't climb over the bar and tuck it in my purse. That's how much I like that stuff. Just saying.
Now, that same trip that we took downtown, we ran into something that was a little bit less attractive.
Okay, and this is going to lead us up into our pet peeves of the night, because holy balls was this obnoxious. So the world's largest Starbucks has opened in Chicago. It's 5 fucking stories of coffee. Why is this necessary in life?
Who needs this?
And here's what's even worse, right? There is a line of people going around the block to get into this place. I don't understand it, especially when there was like a regular Starbucks just 2 blocks down the street.
Right.
So we didn't go in, but I had to see what was going on in this building, so I did a little research. They have coffee. I mean, yeah, some of it's like fancy, specialty brew coffee, and there's like some sort of coffee bean shoot. I don't know. And they also have a bar. But I can get, bourbon.
There are 1,000 bars in Chicago that I'd rather go to than the one at Starbucks.
Exactly, yeah. Mark Shirk is saying 5 stories of coffee. That's dumber than 3 stories of M&Ms in Vegas. Exactly.
Agreed.
Agreed 100%, because, wow. I mean, I don't get this.
You have to take into consideration that in Chicago, over last weekend, it was roughly 35. Oh, it was 35 when we were walking around the corner there. 35 degrees, and there was a line of a few hundred people. And by the way, it was already open.
Yeah.
Those are people waiting for people to leave
Yeah,
so that other people can go in.
It only holds 1,000 people, and they have to let them in as it empties out. Why wait in line for 5 stories of coffee? Are these magical beans? Can you plant them and grow a beanstalk and see, the giant? I mean, otherwise, I see nothing in here. Nothing.
And if they didn't have a whiskey menu, then I wasn't interested anyway.
So before we get to our pet peeves, I want to remind you all that if you dig what you are seeing, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like and share the hell out of this show, because Monday night, I mean, it's a lame evening, so let's try and make it kind of cool. We can hang out, we'll drink, and I'll swear and get drunk, and it'll be awesome. I'm very rowdy tonight, if you can't tell already.
Yeah, you seem a little little agitated.
I am. It's Pet Peeves night.
That's true.
So make sure you like and share, y'all, and subscribe and tell your friends. And get cozy with us here, and we'll talk about all of our favorite topics. And that being said, I want to know who you are. Now, I see your names on the screen, but let's pause for a moment to talk about what hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live is. It's pretty. That's right. It is hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live. And I don't know what my producer's doing over there, but
It'll be there in a minute. Just relax.
so Bourbon Soaked Live is our little way of getting to see you and getting to know you. Just go to Twitter and post a photograph of yourself watching the show, or of maybe your favorite pet peeve, something like that, and let us see who you are. Use hashtag Bourbon Soak Live. We've got a couple to share from last week. We've got Frances Urban Spirit Blogs. She is about to go to an Alice Cooper concert there, if you can't tell. Looking bad ass, right? That's pretty freaking cool. And of course, we have our friend Container Man, who is just so on the ball with the hair color. The nice beard thing going on. I love it.
He went red like you.
Redheads do have more fun. So make sure you post your photographs. Use the hashtag Bourbon Soak Live on Twitter. And we'll share them during the show, either tonight or next week, depending on how chatty we get. And, it's just a way of saying hello and hi there. And, I'm happy to see y'all here. I see we have some new people joining us. Jenny is here, which is awesome. Jenny is
Best mod ever.
our moderator, our comment wrangler extraordinaire. So we are happy to see you here, Jenny. I see Malted in Montreal has just joined us. And I don't know what y'all are drinking, but I am drinking Rabbit Hole, and it is my goal to polish off this bottle in the next 10 minutes.
I think you got it in you. I know you can do it.
There's still a little bit left in here. We'll see what I can do.
Hey, save some for the producer. Try.
You've got your own drink back there. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, but I'm drinking wine. I've taken it easy because I thought it was going to be a nice casual evening until this didn't work.
I know. We got off to a rocky start, y'all. Sometimes this whole live thing is just a little much for us. Not a Great Gamer has joined us.
Not a great gamer. Britney Spears holding a portable microwave oven. The end.
Sausages.
That's
DJ
plural.
Beacon is here as well. So, y'all, let's start talking about the things that piss us off. What is your pet peeve? I've got my top 5, but I want to know what yours are too. So make sure you keep the conversation flowing in the chat because I want to know what annoys you, because there's so much that annoys me. And to start with, I'm going to say I really, really, really hate people who feel the need to police grammar online. Now, and I'm saying this as somebody who has a degree in journalism and communications and who studied English backwards and forwards. I mean, I am a writer. And I still cannot stand it when people correct grammar online, or if they go into a store to tell somebody that there is a misused apostrophe on a sign in the store. It is my personal belief that this is nothing but intellectual bullying. It really is. I think you're just being a dick if you do that, because you're not trying to help them. You're not trying to make them be a better person. You're just trying to show that you know more than they do. It's true.
Well, you don't ever. I've never seen you correct someone's grammar.
No, unless
Ever.
somebody asks me to edit their document. That is the only time that I will offer grammar corrections, because I think it's just being a dick. I really do. Especially when it comes to a comment in social media, people just do that to belittle somebody. If you don't have another good thing to say or a counterpoint, you just say, that's supposed to be you are, not your,
I've said some things that you've rolled your eyes on, but I don't think that was based on grammar. I'm just going to go with that.
Well, these are two entirely different topics.
Nope. We have some suggestions in the chat.
Let's see. I see Anthony.
You see, no, with Ginger at the top, that's so dumb, getting a ticket for blinker use.
Oh my God. That is annoying.
And then
And
Malted
Malted Montreal says, getting my dick stuck in my zipper is a bummer.
I don't know if that's a pet peeve more than just a hazard of either having a big hog or just really tight pants.
You know what? I've never been there. I couldn't say, but it really does sound kind of painful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Wendell Live says, people who drive around for 10 minutes to find a parking spot at the gym. Oh my God, yes. You're at the gym, right? You're supposed to get your cardio going. Park a mile away. I mean, that's part of the deal. You're there to burn fucking calories.
Yeah, burn them hard.
I don't care how cold it is. Stacey Morgan has joined us and says, pet peeve is having somebody nod their head yes up and down to you, but you know they have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how about Anthony Redneck up on top?
Yes. Low tolerance of, road rage. That brings me to my number 2. Are you ready for this? So let me preface this by saying I have a sports car and it has rear-wheel drive. So what makes me just furious is when it's raining or snowing, I'm going to get some asshole riding my bumper. I am a defensive driver, and you have to be, especially in the Midwest when the roads are nothing but a sheet of solid ice. And when I have to take my stupid little car out in the snow, I have to drive slow. And when I get some ass clown riding my bumper because I'm driving slow and he thinks he's in, an SUV or whatever and has, the right of way, fuck you. I hope I tailspin and take you out and throw you in a ditch.
Well, your car is not conducive to cold weather or winter weather at all.
No, it's not. But any sports car on the road has to drive slow in snow or rain. It's just imperative because you have no idea, especially if you don't have, if you've got like the hydrogen, is it hydrogen or helium tires, whatever that is?
It's
I don't know my chemistry.
Hydrogen, I think.
used to have those on my car until
I forgot. I don't know shit about cars. You're
But,
talking to the wrong guy.
if you have, the sports car tires, you're not going to get the traction on the icy road, so you have to drive slow. And at any moment, you could literally spin out. I've had it happen to me more than once, even driving defensively. And there's always some guy in my bumper who's going to have to slam on his brakes because he's riding me too close.
Now, Not a Great Gamer says that the thing that annoys him the most are the French. And he says that because he knows I'm French. So, so well played, sir.
Will says he enjoys using poor grammar on purpose, and he spelled poor, P-O-U-R. Malton in Montreal, oh, you're funny. I can't stand couples who take up the entire sidewalk and walk slow. Get the fuck out of the way. Yes, absolutely. And if you want to show his other comment there, fat people on rascal scooters, we know your legs work.
Well, but there's that side of it. But then there's just the fun side of a scooter. Right?
All right, well, if you're using the scooter ironically,
well, yes.
That's different.
When I go into Target, or when we go into Target,
yes.
Every now and again, if there's a lot of scooters out there, I'm not going to take the last one like
of
a
course
douchebag.
not. No, that's just rude.
But if there's a lot of them there, I will sit on one and I will follow you with the scooter.
I hate it when you do that.
Asking people, or just going around when we see people and saying, don't hit me.
Oh, no. So what he did the last time, we were in the cookie aisle, and he'd been, just being goofy the whole trip. And we're in the cookie aisle, and he looks and he goes, could we get some Oreos? And I'm annoyed. And just like, we never buy Oreos. And I know he's just doing this to, irritate me. I go, no, we cannot get Oreos. Stop asking. And this lady standing next to us, she goes, I'll get you some Oreos, honey. She reaches up, gives a pack of Oreos to him, puts it in his little basket in the cart, and then she looks at me like I'm a monster.
Well, mission accomplished.
That is not a mission.
You see what Ginger says up there?
What does Ginger say other than she's glad to not have zippers close to her genitals?
Yes, exactly. That are words to live by.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Although, I wear bodysuits quite often, and they have these little snaps on the gusset, which is just as bad almost as a zipper because you wind up sitting on these things all day and they dig. It's not comfortable.
This is a huge pet peeve, and I know that Gemma has talked about this several times on her channel. Read that one.
Main pet peeve is when people tell me I'm not disabled and they say you look normal. Oh my gosh, yes. I've seen that happen. People will park in the handicap spot, and then somebody will give them a hard time because they don't see any physical ailment. And you just never know. That person could have a heart condition. It could be anything. So yes, absolutely. You never know what people have or why. It's definitely, their move, to, I don't know where I'm going with this. Where am I going with this?
No, it's just that people just assume things.
Yeah, you can never
right?
assume.
You can never assume. And Not a Great Gamer says, when you lose your cheese under the sofa, that sounds like a very individual problem.
That seems very careless.
And if you're holding on to your sausage, Not a Great Gamer, then I don't know how you lose your cheese.
What if there's cheese in the sausage?
Good point.
Right. We can show Ginger's comment. She's saying just because you have an SUV does not mean... Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Well, you may have to retype that. I pushed for it to show, but somehow it didn't show. So if you don't mind typing that in again, Ginger. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Ginger. So my next pet peeve is a result of my having once worked for a grocery store, and that is assholes who do not return the shopping cart to the corral. These suckers will roll all over a parking lot, especially when it's windy out and, these parking lots are not level, and they will crash into your car. And when I had to work as a shopping cart collector one summer in Los Angeles when it was 110 degrees, I would have to run all over the damn parking lot and collect them. And this was before they had those cute little motorized cart things that keep them all organized and in line. I had to do all that myself. So seriously, if you do not return your shopping cart to the place where it belongs, I kind of hate you.
I've done that a few times myself. I have to admit.
It takes 5 extra steps to push it where it belongs.
But when you're in a hurry and you just want to get out of there,
and meanwhile,
the cart's not by your car, meh.
But if there's a teeny little dent on your car...
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. All right, then.
You have to read the redneck.
Just found out that our governor just put out a war on meth in our town. Slogan is, meth,
we're on it. Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh, my God. Who thought that was good?
I can't believe that's an actual thing.
Oh, that's horrible. That can't be real. That cannot be real.
If it is, it's freaking genius.
Wow. And that's Louisiana, isn't it?
No, he's up in North Dakota.
Oh, North Dakota. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. I think
He's
it's
not in
South
North
Dakota.
Dakota.
Well, he's in the Dakotas. I think it's either North Dakota or South Dakota. You have to remind me. I can't remember. Sorry, redneck.
Anthony Redneck Way of Life is in the Dakotas?
No, not Anthony Redneck. Anthony
Oh, I'm sorry.
is
I'm
down
seeing
in
so many
Louisiana, who we
rednecks in
met,
my-
obviously,
I know.
with Donna. And then the Redneck Connection,
Got it.
that's Ken. Yeah.
I get it. Shopping trolleys, popular modes of transport here, says Drone Kings in Darwin. Do you actually ride in them? Because when I was in high school, our favorite thing to do, my high school was right next to a strip mall that had a grocery store in it, and we would walk over And we would give each other rides in the shopping carts. We called it playing roller coaster. And we would send each other, bumping through the parking lot in a shopping cart. But, we were teenagers. That's what teenagers do. They're destructive and jerks.
There's a really good one in there.
Which is it?
You see, by the way, say hello to West Haven, always and forever. Just popped in.
Hello,
and
West
also
Haven.
Jimmy C.
Jimmy C. Oh, you made it. I'm so proud. That's excellent.
And Not a Great Gamer says, "Oh my God, Juliette was a temp Californian. Run."
I was pretty much run out of that state. I made it 7 or 8 years. I don't remember which. And then I was booted out. They made me go back to Chicago. Although I made stops in between.
I love Malted in Montreal's comment.
People who tip under 15% die. Yes. Thank you. I don't think people realize, especially here in the States, that so many servers make their living off of tips that they don't get paid regular hourly wages.
Right. Now, around the globe, they traditionally in a lot of countries do not tip and understand that because there's wages that, are compensated to people based on their roles.
Google exists. You can find out what the tipping customs are wherever you're going.
Wherever you're at. Absolutely. And, even 15%, I thought 20% was the new rule.
I thought that was pretty much the norm. I thought, like, if we have mediocre to not good service, we still tip like 18%.
No,
18
I'll
to
always
20.
do 20. It's only for people that are, it's the server's fault because it can't be the cook's fault.
No,
it
a
can't be
poorly
someone
cooked
else's.
meal is not the server's fault.
That's not their fault. They cannot control that.
Absolutely.
It's if the server is egregious and does something, and just provides just awful service. And not because they're overly busy and they have too many tables that they shouldn't have. Mm-hmm. That's not their fault either.
No, that's not their fault either. It's truly just not being good at what they do or being deliberately bad about it.
But if I'm ignored by a bartender, go fuck yourself.
Oh, no. I mean, truly, there's an art to being a bartender, and being a people person is part of it. I mean, you really have to get out there and interact with people and be attentive. What I don't like, and I admit this doesn't happen to me that often, but I've seen it happen to you, is standing at, the bar and not getting attention.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of like drop my boobs in view and usually something will happen, but...
Well, it's a girl getting a drink versus a guy getting a drink.
Yeah.
And I understand that girls will get drinks before me in a crowded bar. It's just what a bartender's going to do. And I totally get it, understand it,
yes.
and appreciate it. But if the bar is not well attended and they're just not serving people or taking orders.
They're just gabbing with another server or something like that.
That's when I, get a little pissed.
Yeah, that drives me nuts. I mean, you are there to interact and serve people.
That's right.
Absolutely. Can you scroll down in the chat? I can't see all the comments.
Yeah, did you see DJs?
Oh, DJ. It's the old farts that don't return those shopping carts. I always scream at them when they don't. Thank you, DJ, because truly, it is not hard to do. It really isn't. I also see Chris Malloy has joined us and is asking what's in the glass. So let's pause for a moment and talk a little bit of bourbon. I'm drinking Rabbit Hole Cave Hill Bourbon, and it is a 4-grain bourbon. It's really smooth and delightful. The main grain in the mash is corn, but it also has something interesting, which is honey malted barley, and it gives it just a really nice, smooth, custardy kind of flavor, and it's different than what I normally drink this time of year, but I'm totally digging it.
And it is, what do you say, 110 proof?
110 proof.
And it's roughly $70 a bottle, was it?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
So back to our pet peeves. I see that Will in the chat, the cart thing is almost as bad when someone opens their door into your car door. Yes. Look what you're doing, or if they're sitting in their, so I'm sitting in the driver's seat and there's somebody in the car next to me in the passenger seat and they're just sitting there like talking on their phone or something like that, just gabbing away, not paying attention to a single goddamn thing. And I'm thinking, are they going to get out of the car? Are they not going to get out of the car? Do I have to sit here and wait? So finally, I'll be like, well, fuck it. I'm going to get out. And the second I do, of course, they decide to get out too and then smack their door into mine and look at me like I'm the asshole. I admit, I'm an ass, but not for that.
Exactly.
So.
Did you see Drone Kings in Darwin?
I saw one person the other day with a loaf of bread and some milk in their shopping trolley. I asked what you were doing. They said, moving. Oh, well, all right then.
I see Lady Swan's joined us.
Oh, how nice. Lady Swan is here. I see Mad Kiwi is here. Gana is here for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to Bourbon Soak Live. I apologize in advance, but I don't mean it.
You're on Pet Peeves tonight, so it makes sense.
Yes, we are talking pet peeves. And just a quick reminder, post your photo to Twitter using hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live. Show me who you are, because I want to know. You see me here, talking up a storm, and we have all you out here hanging out. So last week we had Container Man post a shot of himself, and we also, look at that red beard. I love it. And we also have Francis's Urban Spirit Vlogs, who is doing the whole Alice Cooper thing and looking so cool. Seriously, you all are the best. You're so cool. I love you. And that's just me,
Oh, and then we got a new one here.
Ooh, Gemma!
Oh, wait, we got a few here. Hold
Ooh,
on.
yay!
There you go.
So
There's
that's
Gemma.
our friend Gemma, who's looking lovely there watching the show. Thank you. Let's see. What have we got going here? Ginger. Yay. Oh, I love the glass. Excellent.
Nice Glencairn.
Nice Glencairn glass. I love it.
I don't know if I can read what that says on it. Let's see if we could blow that up.
Oh, it's the bourbon place that she's been telling me about. Is it Cedar Spirits? I think
It's
she
Cedar
said in her
Spirits. I think
comment.
is it Red Cedar Spirits?
I think it's
can't-
Red Cedar Spirits, yeah.
Ah, there you go.
I'm going to have to talk to you, Ginger, offline. I haven't been able to find it out here. I have one more bourbon source to check. They're pretty good about supplying a lot of other things, but I might want to hit you up to see if you can maybe send me a bottle. So I'll connect with you later about that. Because you're drinking it all the time. I have to try it now.
Want to move on to pet peeve number 4?
I do, but I do need to refill my glass. Like I said, it's my goal to polish off the rest of this bottle before the end of the show.
You're doing a fine job there, lady.
Thank you. I'm a lady, so I'm not going to pour all of this into my glass.
Yeah, that's a little egregious.
I'm a lady, damn it. All right, let's move on to my next pet peeve, and that would be pants. I hate pants. I do. As if you can't tell already, I'm never wearing pants when we do this show. There's just something about pants that annoys me. I don't like being all constricted in clothing. I don't know. I'd probably make a better nudist than anything else.
I would agree with that. Yeah, you're not a pants person. And living in Chicago, you're living in the wrong city. You realize that, right?
Well, I've been saying this for quite some time. No, in fact, you'll see me. It'll be like we had a freak cold spell. It was this Arctic cold spell last winter where it was deathly cold outside. You could not walk outside. It was like Russia. It was terrifying. And I was, here in the house, bundled up in my hoodie and everything, a pair of shorts and leg warmers. And David, the producer, was like, "Are you trying to die? What's wrong with you?" I would rather bundle up with some blankets and some knee socks and, just be cozy and not have to wear pants.
Yep.
Pants are stupid.
That's you. I don't understand how that could be a pet peeve, but I get it. It's an annoyance.
It's complete annoyance. I don't want to have to wear pants. I don't want to have to go outside to take out the garbage and put on pants.
True, but you didn't mind doing it when we went to Chicago over the weekend.
I wore a dress at night.
At night you did.
I did.
Yes.
Could you scroll down? I can't see all of the chat comments.
I certainly will.
Why, thank you. Gemma says she has a pet peeve with waiting staff when you first sit down and they say, "Are you ready to order?" Now, Is that because they're too quick about it and they haven't given you a chance to, kind of get settled? Because that drives me nuts. Like when servers hover over you, you've barely sat down, you've barely looked at the menu, and they're like, all right, what can I get you? What do you want? Like they're trying to hustle you out of there. That bugs me.
And Anthony Redneck says that basically the bartenders are trying to get laid and not make my drink.
Gee, I've never had that problem.
Yeah.
Jimmy C has a comment that we can show.
Oh, wait, hold on. Malted in Montreal, drinking Black Arts 6.1 here. I don't think I know that.
I don't know what that is.
No.
Is it scotch? Is it whiskey? Is it something else? Because I like the name of it.
Yeah.
Curious. Let me know more about that, Malted. I'm interested.
And Mrs. Redneck Connection with the meth
We're on it.
Great to see you here.
So Jimmy C was saying, I hate people that don't watch the whole video and leave a stupid comment that tells me they did watch it.
That's a very common thing here on YouTube. It's just say, hey, checked out your stuff. Now expecting you to check out their stuff.
Yeah,
right? But don't reference anything in the video or what they liked about it or what they didn't like about it. Even if it's a negative comment is better than just no comment at all.
I would always rather have a genuine comment versus an empty, new friend here, love your stuff. When you don't know what my stuff is.
Yeah.
That bugs me.
Oh, and Frozen Fury just joined us.
Oh, hello, Frozen Fury. Thank you for joining us tonight. What's your pet peeve? Because that's what we're talking about. We're getting all riled up here talking about the things that annoy us. Drone Kings doesn't wear pants either.
Oh, that was too much information. See, I know Drone Kings is obviously male, and that's a problem.
It's different with girls. I'm sorry. There is a little bit of a,
Yeah, but he
gender
lives in
preference
Australia. And I would imagine that shorts are just a way of his daily life. And please tell me you have shorts on at least. Please tell me, Drone Kings.
I have concerns about Australia.
How so?
There are giant insects there. And I would actually want to wear pants in Australia because I'm terrified of the insects.
Yeah, the huge spiders, the monster cockroaches, all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, they're bigger than my head. I would be really concerned.
Yeah. And Jimmy C says socks and sandals. That's a classy look.
Ooh, that's questionable. Although, what is sexy is knee socks and heels. Or ankle socks and heels, like in the ZZ Top videos.
Oh, that's a good point. Now you're taking the Wayback Machine a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But I don't know. There's just that whole 80s sort of leg warmers and heels thing. I've always liked it.
Now, Not a Great Gamer says it's too windy there, referring to Chicago. And yeah, I get it.
Too windy to not
I
wear
get it.
pants,
Not a
or?
Great Gamer.
Oh. Oh, that just clicked.
It's always about Chicago.
Yeah, I get it. So what
Container
else have we
Man's
got
back.
here? A Container Man is back. He was saying earlier that his pet peeve is weak internet signals, and I would have to agree with
Weak
that
cell and internet,
100%, given the problems that we've had occasionally with our broadcasts.
Like tonight.
Ginger says, I hate follow for follow in any social media. Ooh, that's a touchy subject here on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's a quick way to...
No, but I agree with her. I mean, I think that the follow for follow, either on Twitter or you try that on Facebook, or it doesn't get you anything other than if it's a vanity number. Well, what good does that do you?
It does you no good, genuinely. I mean, it's no different than having a bot following you.
Right.
I'd rather have people who are genuinely into or genuinely not into what's going on and saying so, and then, moving on from there.
There you go.
Gemma, okay, good. She explained. So she was saying, yes, they're too quick and they try to choose your meal. Oh my gosh, yes. Just trying to push something on you like, oh, here's the special for tonight. You must have it because you know they're trying to get rid of it. Like they've got 75 fish that are about to go bad in the back, and they're pushing them on all the patrons.
That's right.
Dave Larson has joined and says, "Hey, David and Mrs. Producer. Hey, you. Hey, David. How's it going? It's all good."
Great to see you.
Whiskey Crusader Will. "My biggest pet peeve is people driving in the left lane and maintaining the pace of the traffic around them." Yeah, the left lane is supposed to be for driving and for passing too. It's meant, to get around slow people. So yeah, you got to keep the flow of traffic going.
But that
Absolutely.
never happens. And people merging too. I'll do that as a pet peeve for myself because people do not know how to merge. I don't care. I don't care. They just don't. They don't.
What's the proper way to merge?
Just merge.
Just get in there.
Don't have your turn signal on for 6 blocks, or don't try to get in front of me if there's not enough room where you push me out of my lane.
Oh, yes.
Make sure there's just a comfortable amount. Get in there, especially when here's where the merging always is an issue. When you're going from 3 lanes to 2 or 2 lanes to 1, whatever the situation, people do not know. They panic.
The zipper effect.
Yeah, they panic.
Yeah.
And they don't understand how that merged. It's every other car. Just
Exactly.
figure it out.
The
it's
zipper.
real simple.
Zipper.
You zipper in, you zipper out. And if you don't, go fuck yourself as a driver.
Now, I'm not the greatest driver in the world. I fully admit this, but I am a very, very defensive driver. So I'm always conscious of the people around me who are doing all this wacky shit. Bobby Blaze has joined us, and he says sandals and socks are a huge no. I am so glad our friend Bobby is making an appearance. This is excellent. He is awesome, y'all. You got to check him out. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got books. He's got a great Twitter page and podcasts as well. Bell to Bell with Bobby Blaze.
Yeah, and tell everyone who he is.
I think we should let Bobby do that.
Yeah, well, Bobby has been
He's
in
a
wrestling.
former wrestler.
Yes.
With amazing stories. I'll tell you, Bell to Bell is a super cool podcast. He's got some great stories and they're great insight into wrestling.
He worked with all the big wrestlers, so he's an amazing guy, really cool guy, and you guys should get to know him and follow him.
Yeah,
Bobby's
absolutely.
a good man.
Yes, we dig Bobby. And he listens to the podcast.
Yeah. And it looks like we have another entry into Bourbon Soak Live if you want to cover it.
Yes, I would love to. Who have we got?
Now let's take a look here.
So there's our lovely Ginger and...
Oh, this Container Man.
Whoa, Container Man.
Oh, hold on. We got Not a Great Gamer. I'm afraid to...
Ah!
Let's get to Not a Great Gamer first.
Make it go away.
Is that a yam?
Of course
a sweet
it is.
potato?
Oh, really, dude? Really?
I love that. That is freaking awesome. That is classic.
I don't even know what that is.
And we got a whole bunch of great pictures. Man, he looks like one of the guys from ZZ Top right here.
He does look like one of the ZZ Top dudes. I love it.
Let's take a look at these. Wow.
Oh, looking good.
And he's letting hair grow, too.
Yeah, I like the longer spiky hair thing you've got going on there.
Yeah.
That's looking good.
That's a good look. Hold on.
Yeah.
I didn't get all of them. Hold on. You got that.
Nice.
And he's got the all red. Look at that.
Oh, looking good, sir.
Awesome pictures.
So this is hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live. You got to post your photos on Twitter and show me who you are. I want to know.
You want to get to your last pet peeve?
All right. My last pet peeve is very specific to me. And this photo is going to be a little, ambiguous until I tell you that the one thing I hate more than anything else on the planet is people who put orange in a Manhattan.
That's very specific pet peeve.
Well, okay, so number one, a classic Manhattan is made with very specific ingredients. It is made with whiskey, for me, preferably rye whiskey. It is made with sweet vermouth and a little bit of bitters. That's it. That's a Manhattan. If you add orange to it, it becomes a Toronto, which is an entirely different cocktail made with Fernet Branca. However, bartenders who don't know any better think they're getting cute and clever by adding orange to your Manhattan, and they don't tell you this up front. Now, if they map it out on the menu and say, here's our riff on a Manhattan, and we've added these things to it, I'll know to not get it. But if they just throw it in there thinking they're being fancy, And I know this is a horrible thing to do, but I immediately send it back because it doesn't taste good. Drink a whiskey sour if you want orange. Drink a Kentucky Sidecar if you want orange.
But not a Manhattan.
Not a Manhattan, goddammit.
Yeah. I get you.
That's just me. I don't like pants and I don't like orange in my Manhattans.
We have some new people joining us.
Who do we have here? I am going to massacre your name. Talina? Talina Beckman?
Yeah, oh boy.
I'm
We just
sorry.
totally
I have completely
murdered
massacred your name. I apologize so much, but I'm very happy you are here. What else do we have going on? Whiskey Crusader says people that say they don't like an entire
category of a beverage. No, good call.
Ooh, yeah. Who just dismiss it outright?
Yeah, just said, oh, okay, I might have tried one tequila, but I hate them all.
Yeah. Ooh, that annoys me. And it goes the same way with food, too. People who just make blanket statements like, I don't eat that. That bugs me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Whiskey Crusader has expanded. I don't like rye. I don't like red wine, that sort of thing. Have you tried them all? No, of course they haven't tried them all. They're just dismissing it because they think they know what they're talking about.
They tried one, didn't like it, and think that they don't like the whole category. And,
exactly.
I'm actually kind of guilty of that, but for a different reason. I used to swear off of rum because I had a bad experience with it, because I had a really dicey rum, and it made me sick. And believe me, it wasn't because I drank too much of it. It was just a bad cocktail.
Right.
And I got ill from it, and I just kind of swore myself off of rum. But then years later, I went back to it and said, I got to give it a shot again.
Well, and we've had some really good aged rums.
And some amazing rums ever since then.
Which I actually prefer now over a brandy at the end of the night, like a really nice aged rum.
Right. I love Drone King says, pet peeves, watching a live stream where everyone is drinking and I'm at work. I don't blame you.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, sir.
That is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, appreciate you watching, and you can have a cocktail later, and we'll drink together at some point in time.
Native Atheist, hey peeps, bourbon's my drink. Well, me too. I am drinking Rabbit Hole Cave Hill tonight, and it is my goal to finish off this bottle before the end of the broadcast.
Yeah, you're doing a fine job at that.
This may devolve rapidly.
Well, I think you're already there.
Thank you. Already there and devolving or finishing off the bottle?
Both.
Perfect. All right. Empty bottle. Not a great gamer. Has a legitimate pet peeve. People who come on YouTube, plead poverty, and ask for money.
I've seen a lot of that. There's been some times, and coming from the podcast community first, where we started 4 years ago, we've become friends with a lot of different podcasters, and one of our good friends, actually, his house went away with that last hurricane, and of course we supported because when you're
they
good
had a
friends,
genuine need, and they were somebody that we knew.
Well, and we were good friends with them.
Yes.
But the people that ask strangers for money in situations like that it's like, I mean, there's a part of me that understands, but there's a part of me that's like, man, that's just like that's so hard.
It's really hard, and I have a very hard time not being skeptical because by nature I am a skeptical person, and my first inclination is doubt. I half the time I don't buy it, but you have to make decisions based on what you know about.
You just have to be smart.
You got to be smart about it. And I see that our friend whose name I keep massacring says, "Girl, if you want to talk pet peeves." I hate people tapping their fingers on the desk, and I hate when they chew their gum so loud everyone can hear.
That's a good pet peeve.
Ooh, I once worked, and I shared office space with an older woman. She was, I was in my 20s. She was probably in her upper 50s, and she chewed gum incessantly all day long. I think she might have been a smoker and
Was she a snapper? Like the gum snapper?
Yes. Yes. You could hear her across the office.
Like a chipmunk.
I used to fantasize about stapling her lips shut because it was so just like you hear the fluid rolling around in their mouth. You hear the snapping and the crackling. It's so gross. Yes, 100% that is disgusting and vile. Jenny says, what pisses her off is when people who are struggling really bad to give their last dollar. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's the flip side of exactly what Not a Great Gamer said, right? Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Well, that's what happens when you have an open format like this. You pretty much just get everybody out there who has either something to sell or something
Has
that
a
they
need,
want to buy.
Yeah, has a need, wants to buy, has to, create.
And on that, you know what? Here's the thing. Although I personally find it a little reprehensible, I'm not going to knock them for it because the thing is, we're here. This is a free platform. Use it however you're going to use it.
Right.
Let the buyer beware. It comes down to personal decisions.
Read Not a Great Gamer, and I agree 1,000% with this.
It's when you see them smoking cigarettes or drinking a luxury drink, then asking for money. I'm like, dude, stop smoking and drinking. You have money. Yeah.
Point well taken.
Well made. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And he furthers on that and says, when I was homeless, I didn't come on YouTube and lower my pride and self-worth. And that takes such strength of character, to have a need, but to solve it yourself.
Right.
To own it and to take steps yourself and not go, soliciting on the YouTubes for something.
Right. Agreed. You know what, though? But we say all this, and we're some of the first people that when people have been in some difficult times, we've helped out. Right?
Absolutely. No,
if we know them and we're friends with them or friendly with them, we'll help out to a certain capacity.
Well, and what I also like doing is supporting shows that I enjoy.
Yes.
And that's not even a matter of them needing anything. It's a matter of just helping them out because I like what they're doing. And I know that doing this takes a ton of work.
Right.
It's not easy putting together a podcast studio. It's not easy putting together, a YouTube studio where you've got a camera and, you've got the bandwidth to stream all this and the software to do it. So, there's a lot of work that goes into this. And that's where I like to help people out because, they may not need the help, but I'm just there to support them. Just like I would buy a book from an author that I like or buy a DVD for a movie that I like.
Right. Very well. Yeah. Very well said.
Redneck Connection is here. And they have a pet peeve, someone playing loud music or laughing very loudly with any concerns for anyone else. And I feel that way on airplanes. Somebody who is...
You know what? We're probably the people that play music loudly that our neighbors frickin' hate us.
But we do that to piss them off deliberately. That's a little bit of a game.
Sometimes.
But yes, especially in the summer, we are absolutely the obnoxious neighbors everybody hates.
Yep.
Because we will sit on the driveway and we will talk loudly and we will get rowdy and play music until, long after we should. But that's just part of our charm. I mean, people they should come hang out with us. They'd have a blast.
Exactly.
That's why we're taking it to YouTube. Bashful the Roundtable has joined us and says, hello, everyone. Cheers to you. Thanks for being here.
She's got a great one.
Pet peeve is people that eat loud. So gross. So gross. Just chew and swallow your food. You don't have to make a whole production of it, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, they eat loud, which means that they're eating with their mouth open to begin with, which is, who does that? What kind of animal
it's somebody
are you?
Who has no manners.
That's exactly it.
That we're just, they don't have the consideration or, the self-awareness. I think that's what it comes down to, is that they think they're insulated.
That's right.
It's like hearing somebody eat potato chips. Life with Linda has joined us and says hello. Hey there. Thanks for joining us. We are talking pet peeves tonight, so if there's something that bugs you, let us know. We're venting tonight. Tonight is all about the venting and the ranting.
Venting and just about ready to wrap up, actually.
Uh-huh. Drone Kings. I live next door to a boat ramp car park. Pet peeve, the boaties that turn up at 2 a.m. and fire the outboard motor. And call
Okay.
out, when are you going to get there?
Yeah, that's a bit rude. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an absolute lack of consideration, 100%. So I wanted to let y'all know that I have a new episode of the Unwritable Rant podcast out right now, and it has my interview with Leif Garrett, the teen idol, the extraordinary, actor and singer
He was in the movie The Outsiders.
was in The Outsiders. He had a bunch of hit songs. He's a super cool guy, and the interview is an absolute blast. I was really worried going into it because I've heard some interviews with him that didn't go so well. And, I really wanted to get to know him better. So we had a great conversation.
Well, it was so great that he asked you for phone sex during it.
He asked me to have phone sex,
Yes, he did.
which was a blast.
And fly out to California.
Which I did not consider, although it was very nice to be asked. He was a total sweetheart, really. We had a really fun conversation.
He was actually a very cool guy.
So I would love for you to check out the interview. It's really fun. He's got a new book out right now. It's a good read. And coming up next Sunday, which is when all the new episodes of the Unwritable Rant post, I have a wild story about a time that me and several coworkers were about to be laid off, and we went out in a blaze of glory. So it's a very fun story. I hope you will check out the podcast. It's like this show, only a little bit more story forward versus drinking forward.
Correct. So what
do you think? Should I just knock back this last little bit in the glass?
Hey, you know what? You said you were going to finish it before you left. Be a woman of your word.
All right, I'm about to do something I don't normally do, y'all. I am not a fan of shooting bourbon. It is
Oh, you're not going to shoot it.
Well, there's only a little bit left. I thought I'd just take a big swallow.
Okay, that's different.
How?
How is that different?
It's not
really.
different at all. I was about to say, I believe you should taste your bourbon, but I made a promise to y'all that I was going to polish off this, bottle of bourbon by the end of the show. And since we're wrapping it up, cheers, y'all.
Nicely done. While you're doing that, I am going to pull up. We have a bourbon-soaked entry here, from what I understand.
We do? Who have we got?
I think we do.
Jimmy C.
Oh, we got a couple of...
Pouring the larceny.
Oh.
Good choice, sir.
Oh, look what he's pouring it in.
An Unwritable Rant flask. Now that is how you roll in style, y'all.
Jimmy C showing up. Nicely done, sir.
Oh, well done. I love it. Now that makes me happy. And if you want to get your hands on one of those Unwritable Rant flasks, just hit me up. I'll see what we can arrange for you. So remember, y'all, Bourbon Soak Live is every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. That's 8 p.m. Pacific Time. And this is what we do. We talk, we hang out. I drink a whole lot of bourbon. And I love getting to know you guys in the chat. I'm so glad that we've had so many cool people hanging out with us tonight. Jimmy C made it. We've had Jenny Marceth here, the Drone Kings, Life with Linda, Not a Great Gamer, Bobby Blaze, Wendell Live, Ginger
Tons
and
of
Will,
people. We got
Container Man,
Donna, you got Ken, you have Anthony.
Redneck Way of Life, Redneck
Yes.
Connection.
Got them all.
I'm sure I'm missing people.
Tons of people, I'm
apologize.
sure. But Jenny being a great mod, as always.
Always, yes.
As
Thank
always.
you. Thank you. So remember, be here next Monday night at 7 p.m. We'll have more conversation. We'll hang out. And I just got to say thank you for being with me tonight, y'all. I hope you have a great week, and we'll chat some more next Monday. Cheers, y'all.